What up, everybody? As you guys know, tariffs just got paused. Well, they're at a base 10% right now, except for China. So Bitcoin's up and a little bit more happier, currently sitting at $83,696, which is definitely better than that 76 we saw not too long ago. But for today's video, I know you guys are used to me doing a lot of mining content, but mining not looking so good right now. So we're going to try and find other ways to make money in the crypto market outside of mining. Because, you know, we do in the mining space, it's a lot of just mine, sell. Most of those aren't developed ecosystems, so there's nothing to do in the ecosystem, but there are plenty of projects out there that do have thriving ecosystems. So we're going to start to explore those here on this channel and see if we can make some more money outside of mining. You know, got to get rich somehow. But today we're going to start off with Sui. It is a project I am personally bullish on. Nothing in this video is sponsored, but I do hold Sui. We're definitely going to dive into some other ecosystems. If you guys have any ideas of ecosystems that you would like me to dive into, mess around in, comment those down below. I mean, yeah, we're going to cover some things and figure out some ways to make money. So part of the reason why Sui has me intrigued is for one, in trying to find crypto projects to invest in. It's kind of hard because there's so many projects. So I found Grayscale's website of crypto products, and one thing that intrigued me is that over here, if we come and look at Sui, which is a relatively new coin, they're sitting at almost, well, $6 billion in assets, which is kind of a hefty number, which is not that much lower than their 9 billion, almost 10 billion they have in XRP. So they're clearly vested in this project and they're a big player. So kind of just leaning off of them. But I do like the project. It could potentially go somewhere. Who knows? I'm not saying that it's going to be one of the coins that pop off big, but long term, it could be a good play. Currently, Sui's trading at $2.14 and is sitting at a market cap rank of, I don't know. Where do they show it on CoinGecko? Oh, market cap rank of 20, which, I mean, it's in the top 50. So, I mean, it can't be a terrible project. Price is down a touch. Actually, let's use a better chart. But we are almost 40% up on the year, which is kind of nice. Let's go here. Yeah, trading at 221 over here. What did I say on CoinGecko? 214? Huh. Definitely a discrepancy there. But I mean, one thing I will say is in this harsh, Sui has been trending down since about January, but it's hasn't hit that resistance of 160, which would be nice. I think I covered that in a trading video a minute ago. But one thing that I do like about these like random chartings I'm not a charting pro, but being a novice, I am still able to draw lines of resistance, and that's kind of what I hope this channel helps you guys be able to do. We will get a little bit back into that. I know we got super spec mining heavy, but we're past that. Doing better things, making more money. Yeah. But yeah, $2 seems like a good resistance, but that has nothing to do with this video, so I'm gonna leave it alone before I get distracted. So, Sui. Learn about Sui. Really care what it does. Sui is like a proof of stake blockchain, so not mineable. It's supposed to be really fast, really efficient. It's supposed to be on par with Solana as far as speed and fees. Yeah, I know you guys don't really care about that, so we're not going to talk about that. We're going to go look at the actual fun things on Sui, because every single one of these crypto projects are like, yeah, we're good at this, we're good at that, but then they don't do anything, and so there's no reason to buy it. So, wallets for Sui, always make sure you guys not your keys, not your crypto. Don't hold your crypto on exchanges. Do not use extension wallets. They are terrible. You will potentially lose your crypto. I like to I'll have like my Phantom wallet that I'll have one on here, and then I'll usually keep a wallet not on here and then just send my funds to there when they are needed, essentially. but you can get Sui on Coinbase, Binance, OKX, all the places. Don't really care. You can stake your Sui with a validator, do all that fun stuff. But here are the actual projects that are on Sui. Oh, let's swap that out right there. Hopefully you saw anything I pointed out earlier. But here are the projects that are currently on over on Sui. Sui is trying to be like a gaming platform, so they do have a gaming handheld coming out at some point. I do like the aspect of blockchain gaming. It kind of intrigues me because companies have been like talking about it for years and haven't actually seen anything. I looked around a little bit. This device is supposed to be coming out later this year. It's on pre-order for $600. Me personally, I don't like letting crypto projects hold my money because like you never know. Like I know the Solana saga was supposed to come out this year, but tariffs, all that fun stuff. How do you think that's gonna come out? Probably not the best. So yeah, probably not gonna pre-order unless I make like a lot of money so I have money to throw away, and then I might pre-order, but outside of that, I don't really think it's gonna happen. But it does intrigue me because if we come back over here, they are working on building out a couple AAA games over on Sui. This one kind of has me intrigued. I may drop a video on this, just checking this out, because I know Avalanche, they just had theirs, Guns or Gunzilla, whatever that game was called. I think I covered it a little bit on this channel. I do like the idea of like crypto based games, like imagine Marvel Rivals, but you got like the best Emma Frost skin. Those who know. But there was only like 600 of that skin. That skin I think would flip for like a pretty penny, like theoretically if they built the game out on the blockchain properly. And so yeah, these games do kind of intrigue me. And if you guys play Marvel Rivals, drop your gamer tag down below. Maybe get clapped because you know your boy beyond that. But yeah, so something like this, especially if they put it directly on the Sui for the Sui handheld, could give more incentive for people to buy it, interact with it, especially if it's a good game. It could be good. Which is kind of intriguing as far as going towards their whole gaming blockchain. They do have a couple mobile games, the Panzer Dogs, and I think there was one other one. This is another game over on Sui. The graphics look good. I have not checked out the games yet. If you guys would like me to hop on the games, kind of talk about the projects, I'm definitely down to do that. But yeah, Sui also has a lot of like trading going on, like different types of trading platforms, yield earning, and those kind of intrigue me just as a way of making money on my crypto, because I want to hold. But one of the things about just holding is like you're not earning anything on it, and especially in a market where crypto is going to go down, I would rather, if it's going to go down, get a little bit more of the underlying asset so that if it ever does go up, then you know it's a little bit better. But on Sui they have a lot of like money market, lending, borrowing, and options, which kind of intrigue me. And so there are many different ones. We may talk about one other one, trading derivatives on chain. That kind of intrigued me a little bit, the Kyra project, but I don't know, I'm just exploring. There may be a part 2 video on Sui, there may not, kind of depends on how this video does. But one project that did intrigue me is Typus, only because I was scrolling down my Sui rabbit hole and I was looking into their partnership with Pyth and TradingView. As you guys know, TradingView, best charts in the game, kind of really. And Pyth is a project that is also invested in by Grayscale. They have about 6 billion in it. So the big guys are looking at the project, so I want to be looking at the project, but not just the project, but what the project does. And so Typus is like there's three different things you can do on Typus. One, they have this like, they're like low volatility options here. Typus Finance is a groundbreaking decentralized derivatives protocol on the Sui blockchain, offering sophisticated integrated on-chain trading solutions for options and perpetual contracts. Designed to democratize access to advanced financial instruments, Typus addresses challenges within the DeFi derivatives market through innovative mechanisms such as the Dutch auction principle, flexible vault strategies, and comprehensive liquidity solutions. So I read that the Dutch auction pricing mechanism kind of intrigued me because I had no idea what that was. So we're going to read through this super quick just so you guys understand what the platform does. And then we'll go back to that and get done with all the actual reading, blah, blah, blah. When a Dutch auction starts, the bid price will decrease over time, and options buyers can submit bid size, contract size of portions of options they want to buy during the auction. At the end of the auction, the latest bidding price that fills the last offer will be used as the clearing price, the delivery price, so the price that they actually buy the crypto at. If it is not fully filled, it will be delivered at a lower bound premium, so a little bit cheaper. If not, everyone buys it at that price. If the clearing price is lower than the bidder's bid price, bidders will receive premium rebates after the end of the auction. And then this kind of just talks about how it works. Say the upper bound is 0.25 SUI, lower bound is 0.1 SUI, max bidding time 5 minutes, max bidding size is 100 SUI. So people can bid to buy a certain amount of SUI at a certain price, so on and so forth. So here's kind of one case scenario. We won't go through all three. Say the auction bidding time is 3 minutes, bidding size 100 SUI, the clearing price is 1.5 SUI. The last bidder submits a new bid to buy one contract when the option price reaches 1.5 SUI, which happens to be the 100th contract. At this point, the auction is completed. All the bidders who outbid the last bidder also buy as many contracts as they want at 1.5 SUI per contract, while the total contract value sold at the auction was 15 SUI, 1.5 SUI times 100 contracts. And so like options price, 0.25 SUI, 2 minutes, bid price, so on and so forth. This kind of intrigued me, definitely doing a lot more research on this whole derivatives markets because it is kind of interesting. And I do know that it is a big thing that people use. So, got to make money where you can. So Typus Finance. This is their liquidity pool. Once again, videos not sponsored. I used all my own money into this just because I enjoy things like this. It's kind of cool. But essentially what you're doing is you're providing liquidity. These are their liquidity allocations, either the target weights, either the current weights. As the weights change and people withdraw their money, it turns down the liquidity pool token price. Currently, I have 11.44 TLP, currently at a price of 97 cents. I have been messing around with this for about four days now, and the price has been stable. Because this video gets released to Patreon first, we'll see. But if it's still around 97 cents to 93 cents, then it's not trading that wildly. You can compound. My plan is all the crypto I put into these platforms when I do these videos, they're probably just going to stay there. And at some point I may cash them out. Depending on how the video does, I will do an update of what my stuff is doing, if I've added any more, if I've withdrawn any. And yeah, so you can compound it back into it. You just pay the network fee that goes into there. You're earning technically a little bit more. But yeah, that's one thing you can do. There's also the Dutch auction derivative thing that we just read about. This is the one that really had me intrigued. So I'm not interacting with the Typus one whatsoever, just because I don't want to lose all my money like that. I don't want to lose all my money like that. So I'm sticking with assets that me personally would like to invest in and would like to have. So far, I've invested $45 into the SUI put selling. If you guys would like me to do a video on like puts, calls, all that stuff, we can definitely drop a video on that, because as we get more into derivatives, it's going to be a lot more of this stuff, options. But I have $44. I put in $45. Will it show me a breakdown? No. But I put in $45. So far they've used up 70 cents of my $45, but I've made 0.63 SUI. So if we come back over here to CoinGecko, we will see I've made $1.38, which makes up for my 70 cents that's gone, which I'm totally okay with. And as we can, and this is the 10-minute, so every 10 minutes is doing those trades. And it's just taking a little bit, buying a little bit at a better price, and then you make money on it. So as you can see for this trade, we're above the target price. So on the little bit of my crypto that they used to buy, we're going to make whatever amount of SUI on top of that. If it's under, you lose like a tiny bit. But it's not like if it goes down, you lose like a crap ton of money. Like, yeah, it's usually like a trade, because they usually won't buy when it's lower. It's part of how their trading mechanism works. So it keeps you in the profit. Just, it's a little bit more aggressive than say the daily, which is only a 244% APR. And I do believe these, for one, these are projected APRs. So it's based off of just like the last couple of trades. Like at one point it was like 800, 900% or something. So I'm not really playing off of that. I'm just doing this one particular because it's more of an aggressive trade, and because my trading style is more degen-esque and risky. So, you know, that's just a personal thing. But so technically we are in the profit of this one by roughly 60 cents so far, which, I mean, I'm not complaining. It's not bad. And one thing I do like about this trading style is because it holds, you're essentially holding your your starting asset USDC in USDC, so it's not as volatile. So as it does its trades and it takes a little bit of that to use it, I'm then getting paid out in SUI, which is an asset I would like to hold for appreciation. So it kind of works out that way. I'm kind of down with it. But yeah. I was thinking about potentially getting into like some of these Bitcoin ones, but then they just pay out in USDC, so it's a little bit more stable. So, I mean, definitely something I plan on looking at. Screw ETH, not dealing with ETH. I'm kind of hit or miss on Solana as an ecosystem, but they do offer it. And then there's like other coins you can do stuff, more degen-y stuff. Well, Scallop's another trading platform over on SUI, and they do some partner stuff with them. But yeah, that's kind of the gist of, oh, wait, one more. The Seifu is like a super safe alternative. They essentially use your SUI or whatever your asset that you're giving them for the trading, for like lending and borrowing kind of deal. And so I put 10 SUI in. I've made 0.004688 SUI since I put that in there, and I always have that 10 SUI unless like the pool goes bust and the market like dies, but I have a lot of other issues if that happens. So 0.448. Is that what it was? Where's that? 4688. So I've made a penny, but I'm okay with that because I made a penny worth of SUI. So if SUI appreciates in price and doubles in price, then I made 2 pennies. So I'm okay with that. And I'm still holding my SUI, which is an asset I want to hold. So generating some yield on it. I'm definitely okay with that. We don't need any of this stuff anymore. Okay, we're back. And then you can also, they have some with USDC, just definitely not half bad. And they definitely have other trading options. Me personally, I went with the bullish option just because I'm going to leave this in here. But as you guys can see on the hourly, the bearish one has more potential APR. So maybe I do 10 in each. Who knows? But yeah, this is just kind of my first rundown of SUI. Definitely some financial market stuff to be messed around with over here, and definitely some gaming stuff to potentially look at in the future over here. But yeah, the first rundown of SUI. Thank you guys to all of you who stayed this long in the video. You're definitely helping out the channel. If this is a direction you guys would like to see the channel keep going in, make sure to comment that down below. Yeah, we're going to keep finding ways to make money. You guys have a good day, night, whatever, whenever you're watching this, and peace out.